ladies and gentlemen. We are back to finally talk about this Tiffany Haddish, Aries Spears mess that you've seen taking place right now. Everybody is talking about it, and everyone wondered would I ever talk about it. When is Sino gonna talk about this? We need Sino to talk about it. Well, all right, Sino here now, nigga. Because I told you, when I do it, it's going to be done the right way. You're going to not get hearsay. You're going to get full details as to what is going on. Now, a video production was made where Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish appear in this video. Now, this was done before Tiffany Haddish was really a superstar in the game. Okay? She wasn't. She was a regular person, and this is what the whole narrative broke down to. It came down to the facts that this dilemma was going on for a very long time. Meaning that someone had this in the vault. When Aries Spears decided to go after Lizzo, and all of these people started coming up to talk about Aries Spears all of a sudden. Mike Epps come up. All these people come out of the woodwork to defend Lizzo, who never said anything. And he was just making a statement about it. But her publicist and her team are going to do what they're going to do, and they're going to activate their clients to go out and attack Aries Spears, because Lizzo can't do it. If Lizzo do it, that makes Aries Spears hot. So you use the minions like Mike Epps, who's also a comedian. And they use all these people to come after Aries Spears. Right? Now they said, okay, he's benefiting off this. How can we torpedo him and punish him? Let's go dig up some old things we need to know about him. That's going to really mess him up. This going to put him in line and keep him in check. So they dig up an old file on Funny or Die. Funny or Die had this skit, and it was really a platform where comedians could film their own content, monetize their own content, and update it and, put it on Funny or Die's page. And they decided to upload this video that they filmed where a guy named Uncle Pete is babysitting Tiffany Haddish's nephews, or her sons. The skit came out, and yes, there was a viewing to see how bad the skit really was. Now, as far as how this disattached Tiffany Haddish, why is people coming after her? This is Aries Spears' problem with Lizzo that turned out to be a witch hunt against him. Why is this happening? I'll tell you why. Because what started off as an issue against him, watching the skit, there's no way you can go after him without getting Tiffany Haddish. That's going to give it the publicity. She's guilty by association. Now, this groups them together again. When Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears hadn't really worked together in God knows how long. You see, people thinking this just happened like recently. This is so long ago. Now, in the skit, Tiffany Haddish, and this is what the lawsuit is pending, because A lawsuit was filed actually this week, or was it like, I think it is, what today is? It was filed on like Tuesday of last week or something. And now um, the lawsuit is filed by the actual plaintiffs, who is now known as Jane Doe and John Doe, right? Now these people are adults. One was 14 years old and the other one was 7 at the time. Now they're both adults, rather, you know? Mm-hmm. So basically, the suit goes like this. There was a situation in which there was a grounds for a lawsuit that took place, right? Because of what they've seen in today's time. This video was done many years ago, over 10 years ago. Now, according to the terms of it, Jane Doe is now the full legal guardian of John Doe. Okay? So now she's able to file. Now, according to this lawsuit, they groomed the 14-year-old girl and the 7-year-old boy to make them do explicit skits. Now, the suit claims Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears, they touched the 7-year-old boy at a home while filming the Funny or Die video, which is titled Mind of a Pedo. Jane Doe claims that Tiffany taught her how to mimic doing a fellatio scene for a skit when she was 14. Tiffany Haddish had verbally explained what was to be expected of Jane Doe and then showed Jane Doe how to give a fellatio movement and noise, moaning and groaning in the situation, right? Then they claimed Tiffany Haddish was with friends, and the fact that the mother of these children is friends with Tiffany Haddish. So they know each other, right? A lot of people didn't mention that, but they actually know each other. And she had the consent to use the children in this video. Now, Funny or Die took the video down. Once they saw it, they immediately took it down because, one, the 7-year-old boy is too young for consent, even though the parent had allegedly allowed it to happen because her and Tiffany are friends. Now, the suit claims that both childs have suffered from a social disorder. Jane Doe says her trauma is preventing her from dating people because she's afraid she'll be taken advantage of and led down a path of false trust. And Tiffany Haddish led her down this path. John Doe claims he placed band-aids all over the cameras of his electronics because he's afraid of being watched. And they're suing Tiffany Haddish and Aries Spears for damages following their mother's failed attempt to reach a $15,000 settlement with Spears over the video. Now, everyone wants to talk about this video, period. Right? Portions of the video is floating around where you see Aries Spears watching the kid and they play the R. Kelly. My mind is telling me no, but my body's telling me yes is playing in the background, right? And they got him looking through the newspaper and everything, right? Staring at the kid and everything. It's really creepy and really weird, right? Now the kid is walking around in basically some trousers, and it's just really creepy. Even though they were trying to make fun and a joke on the situation, as he was Uncle Pete. And she asked him to look for him. Now, Tiffany Haddish was hired to do her role in this situation. Now, this was not a good idea to film this skit, especially not in this climate. Will eat that alive. This was done like 10 years ago. Okay, that skit was this done many moons ago. All right. So you're looking at about 10 years old that script is and what they did, and they took it down. Now, the claims are meritless. You know, Tiffany Haddish said that the mother's been trying to shake her down ever since she became famous. And she said the plaintiff mother, which is Taraza Morris, she said she has been trying to assert these bogus claims for years. Every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped it once it became clear that these claims were meritless and that she was not going to go for a settlement. And now that Morris's daughter is old enough to represent herself, the two of them will together face the same consequences of pursuing this frivolous action, and nothing will come of it financially. The only reason that people are hearing about it now is because Aries Spears was going after Lizzo, right? So he knows what this is about and what it's really a matter of. But let's hear his response to the situation. This is Aries Spears' response, right? Let's see if we can get that up for you. Tried to get it. Damn. Okay. There he is. Okay. Aries Spears. Aries Spears response. So he's basically saying, you're not going to break me. You're not going to break my soul. And what he's saying is that he knows what this is about. And let me be honest and frank here. What the clip in the skit is disturbing and creepy more than it is like funny. But Hollywood is really trying to blow it up and make it like, oh my gosh, how dare they do something? This was not funny at the least. But they're trying it in a different climate. See, 10 years ago, this was not this is thrown out. There's nothing to base this. Now, public opinion matters, and the public is now coming after Tiffany Haddish when there was multiple lawsuits filed about this years ago against Tiffany Haddish, and it was thrown out. They tried to settle this case for $15,000. Something like this. And you talking $15,000? $15,000? That's all the mother was looking for. It's $15,000. So her thing is, she thought her kids were gonna be these movie stars in Hollywood, these players in the game. So she was contacted to do the action she's doing now. She's being instructed by a lawyer who's part and connected to the team that represents Lizzo. And the agency that represents Lizzo know this lawyer and said, hey, this is how they should file out and fill out for this case. Because it connected Aries Spears, but it also connected Tiffany Haddish. And even though Lizzo and them don't have a problem with Tiffany, it's guilty by association. Sorry, you have to be the sacrificial lamb in this case. But don't worry, nothing's going to happen to you. The only person we want is right there. Now everyone's outraged, right? This is sick. This is disturbing. But take this into consideration. This is sick and disgusting, people. You're the same people that watch Family Guy. You're the same guy who watched that creepy pedo neighbor hit on the son next door and thought it was hilarious. Y'all watch Quagmire. Y'all watch Quagmire hit on the daughter on the show every week. And Family Guy is still on air. I'm comparing cartoon to real life. What is the difference? They filmed a skit for a movie, for a show. Actually, I've seen a lot worse that's been done in movies that no one has said anything about. Where they film actual abuse scenes with children playing these roles. And it's violent. Hollywood gets awards for that. They give out award performances. Incest of the father. And then you go, what a powerful role. That young actress, how did you play that? Well, I just embodied the role and I just went with it. They get awarded for that. But because this wasn't a serious role, this was a comedy, they want to come after it. Now, I agree. I'm not defending it in any way because I would have never filmed anything like that. That whole thing was just weird. But Aries Spears' comedy has always been dark. He's always had a heaviness to his comedy, which is kind of weird to me. But when he said Lizzo looks like a plate of mashed potatoes, I swear I almost fell out my chair laughing because it was funny. No. Now, Tiffany Haddish never made me laugh. Her stand-up, to me, is very suspect. But Aries Spears is hilarious, dog. I'm sorry. That dude is funny. She's better in sketch comedy than she is in real life. But Aries Spears he's the truth when it comes to that comedy. Do I think Aries Spears touched a 7-year-old boy? Hell no. That's a money grab play. This is something to ruin him. So if you thought about booking Aries Spears, oh, there's too much controversy going on right now. So they're messing up his bag for speaking out about Lizzo. That's what this is about. No, we're talking about not the skit on the show. We're talking about real life. The mom is trying to do a play here. I mean, it's sick. It's completely sick. Like, I couldn't believe they went as far as they did. I could see why Funny and Dr. Because that is like way over the line. But y'all acting like people forget Tiffany Haddish didn't have no damn morals. I'm talking out of my neck. It's on video. The video is a recorded skit, ma'am. What I'm telling y'all is real. You telling me about a skit? That's acting. That's, even though I would never film that. That's a skit. It's a bad one, but they filmed it. The mother has had this lawsuit thrown out of court multiple times. So she lost this lawsuit already before. Right, it was made to be funny back then. No one laughed at it. You see? But it was funny. It was funny when they do these skits. White boys do these skits a lot. And nobody says a word. Seth MacFarlane can do this skit over and over again on Family Guy. And no one says a word. Eminem does it in music videos. No one says a word. It's never been right. Is anybody sitting here saying that skit was right? No. I'm giving you the facts of the skit. They did not do anything really wrong to the people in there. It was wrong in making the skit. That what was wrong with it. But this is not Tiffany Haddish who got money when she made this. This was broke Tiffany. And this had really nothing to do really with her as much as it did as they're trying to go after Aries Spears. This footage didn't just come out of nowhere. They've known of this footage and it's been out for like 10 years. 10 years ago. Like 8 to probably be exact. So this is about 8 years ago. This was out. So there was no girls trip. There was none of the success for Tiffany at this time. She was a struggling comedic actress trying to get into the game. Right. They had the pedo old man on the show. Then you got Quagmire, who's one of their favorite characters, and all he did was hit on underage girls, anything that's female, perverted. They love it. It's funny. Eminem's first video, he dresses up as a priest, and he's inching closer and closer to the young boy on the bed. No one says a word. Then, later in his career, when he is a success, he dresses up and pretends to be Michael Jackson, inching closer and chasing young boys around. Right? No children was harmed during Family Guy. Who says somebody was harmed doing this? Nope. What I'm giving you are the facts. You guys love fascination too much. You're going to say a cartoon is less damaging than real people, right? That's not really hurting real people. If it's not hurting real people, why was it taken down? You think the people that's hurt are those two people that was in the video? Or the people that got to watch that in homes? It's more damaging if that is out into the world. Once again, you don't know that this isn't the first time this suit has been brought up. It's the first time it's gotten this much attention. They're guilty of making a terrible video that should have never been made. That's what they're guilty of. The fact of the matter is, the parent who's friends with Tiffany Haddish, she approved her children to be into this script. She was looking for money. She wanted to settle this out of court. She wanted $15,000. Because Funny or Die didn't pay out and the skit was taken down, so her kids are not getting exposure for acting. This is supposed to help their kids get into Hollywood. Then the mom tried this lawsuit against Tiffany Haddish. Once Tiffany Haddish became big at the girls' trip, she tried to put these claims into court and it kept getting thrown out. She's tried several times to sue Tiffany Haddish for this. And the judge would throw it out because the bases were meritless. Now, to me, if your child was really hurt, why are you trying to settle out of court for $15,000? Once again, I speak facts, not caught up into the emotions of what every single body else thinks. And once the shakedown didn't work, and they said, we're not paying you a dime, now, here comes this new situation. Aries Spears talks about Lizzo. Here come everybody that's in that agency. Mike Epps, another person who speaks out in defense of Lizzo. And I'm like Lavelle Crawford. He's like, man, I've been fat all my life. Man, I done heard every fat joke in the world. Man, they take up for fat people now? When did this happen? Man, didn't know they were doing that. That was mean of him. What was mean about it? That's the thing though. You could talk about skinny people all day long. Fat people, let me tell you something about fat people. Let's talk about fat people for a minute here. Let's just talk about this for a minute. They know they fat, okay? You are fat people. Now let me tell you something. Fat people sit there and talk about skinny people like a dog. I've seen them do it. They are the meanest people in the world. You think people fat and nice? No, they fat and mean. Fat people are some of the meanest people you ever want to see. Because they mad because they fat. They mad they can't wear a two-piece. They mad they gotta do all this stuff. They thighs are touching together. They mad. They ain't mad enough to do nothing about it, but they mad enough to hate on you. They gonna be over there, this skinny bee. This skinny bee, and look at her. She ain't even knowing you exist, and they just sitting there, all of them, about good 3 tons, sitting in there breaking somebody's furniture down. Got all this hate for all the people that's skinny. Look at her running on the beach with her body, just showing it off, skinny heifer. You know, got the nerve to be ugly too. Yeah, right, girl. Man needs some meat on them. They want to get something to hold on to be warm at night. I'll be warm at night, you gonna suffocate them. So it ain't about being mean. Y'all mean too. They make Hollywood make it look like everybody is like the movie Precious and they just picking on them because they big. Them big people be bullies, enforcers, men and female. I knew a female that was just as worse. She was bullying the doggone dudes. Smacking them up, beating them up in the hallways and everything. So it don't make no difference. Weight or no weight. It shouldn't even matter what somebody weigh. Don't care. Lizzo's not an ugly girl. She just happened to be big. And she likes her body. She wants to flaunt it around and do her thing. Let her do her thing. I can care less. Would I sleep with Lizzo? No. But she's not an ugly girl. She's actually a cute girl. Not shaming her body. I'm just not interested. Why would I be on Tiffany Haddish payroll? Dude, everything I told you is facts. This is not materialized, made up stuff. Everything I told you is factual. This is facts. It's not my thoughts. This is facts. You guys are caught up in the theory. This is why Tiffany Haddish cut her hair off. This is why she went to overseas to go hide. Tiffany Haddish is in hiding. Man, I've read some of y'all garbage. It has been ridiculous. And y'all run with garbage rather than the truth. And this is what's wrong with y'all. This is why I wait before I make a video. I get all the information, then I tell it to you so you won't be confused. Right, he probably the same guy sitting there watching Family Guy while he talking about it. That Quagmire, man, I love the way he be going at Meg. Look how he trying to attack her when she sleep. Well, I do know the truth of it. From what I know from what that clip is, they should have never made that video. Okay, that's mostly Aries Spears than it is Tiffany Haddish. She's just really the actress in the script. But the 2 kids, she know them because she was friends with the girl. Those are her kids. That's her friends' children, who she allowed her children to be in this movie script that they were doing to be on Funny or Die. This was supposed to help them out. Funny or Die, after a couple days on there, they ended up taking it down. And it was never seen again. They took it down off their site once they became aware of it. They didn't think it was funny, as I don't think it's funny. Shouldn't have been made, period. It's just, to me, it's sick. So take it down. But like I said, this is before everybody was rich. I don't know why you keep thinking I'm defending somebody when I'm telling you exactly what happened. No one is agreeing that this video was good. Where are you getting this? I mean, Aries Spears has done a lot of weird stuff. Before then, his comedy is dark. His skits have been dark. I've watched a lot of Aries Spears, so I know his stuff is like weird. Like that's just way too far. 100% weird. I know he's from Mad TV, where they've had skits like this all the time. Nobody said anything when Saturday Night Live did Canteen Boy.
The Vlad thing. There's a lot of people in here.
Who remembers that on Saturday Night Live? It was all funny then. Where the camp counselor was hitting on Adam Sandler on camp. No, I wasn't watching a Vlad video. That wasn't a Vlad video. That was actually Tariq Nasheed video, where he's actually talking about DJ Vlad. But since you brought it up, it was on that. So making fun of someone's height and weight is what happens with every comedian in the world. Every comedian in the world have made fun of somebody's weight, somebody's height, somebody's nose, somebody's ear. If that's too sensitive for you, go sit down somewhere. Don't watch comedy. That's the only advice I can give you. Don't watch comedy. Go watch something else, because you obviously don't want to see comedy. All right, y'all too super sensitive about everything. How's somebody gonna give you any type of comedy? So what he talked about, Liz? You think this is the first time people didn't talk about it? Damn. Y'all was just laughing the other day when I was like, Adele, she gonna be in there wanting to eat that burger to KFC chicken, rolling in the deep. She want the deep, boy. She want that gravy. Everybody was laughing and up. Nobody cared. Now the skit is bad. It's a horrible skit. It should be taken down. Funny or Die did the right thing by taking it down. Do I think anyone was hurt and molested and all that? No, that's false. That's a money grab by the mom. Her case was thrown out of court many times before, but because he made this move on Lizzo, Hollywood, the producers, got her a new lawyer and had the girl refile this time. The kids are old enough to file for themselves. So she, who's now in custody and representing the other child, is able to say, okay, now mom ain't doing it, we can do it now. So they're being coached and advised on how to do it to try to hurt Aries Spears for coming after Lizzo the way he did. They want to punish him and make an example out of him. Because believe me, if there was a case like that, you wouldn't be trying to settle for no $15,000 out of court. That's what the mother was asking for years. Well, let me get $15,000. $15,000. She was trying to get Aries Spears to give up $15,000. Now, if you think somebody hurt your children, you ain't trying to sell them for no damn $15,000. And they wouldn't pay it. Tiffany wouldn't pay it. Aries Spears wouldn't pay it at all. Nothing. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Stop letting media make your decisions for you. Use your brain. Look at the facts of what happened. I'm not telling you by theory. She asked for $15,000, trying to negotiate. If someone hurt your children, you ain't gonna do that. But they was like, you're sick for even pushing this. And now Tiffany Haddish is going to countersue this. Mm-hmm. I don't know. It's a lot of different scenarios out there. But those are the facts, people. Yeah, well, it is what it is, man. I just didn't find this skit funny at all. It was just didn't need to be made. But all this is an audition for Nickelodeon, and none of it has to be. Well, I never focus on what everybody else is doing. You focus on what you're doing. But I never was one. It's not facts. You saw the video. Yes, I saw the video. So what's your point? What isn't facts? What wasn't facts? We said the video should never been made. But yet you the same people who had no complaints about Family Guy. Y'all the same people who watch Family Guy and had no complaints about it. Y'all the same people who sit there and watch this and don't say nothing about it. Yeah, she was holding his hand walking down the stairs. Because the skit that was in the skit, it should have never been made in the first place. But yeah, Robot Chicken did it. All of them do it. All of these guys do this kind of stuff, and nobody had anything to say until now. Mm-mm. What's good? Oh, Aries was done? Probably. I mean, I doubt it. I mean, the claims are frivolous. It's the same claims. Now it's just that okay, let's get the girls to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course it's bad. It was made 8 years ago. It's been taken down for 8 years. It was done 8 years ago. It was dumb when they did it. It wasn't really funny at all. It was more sick than funny. So my thing is, why is it now coming up to be a thing? And then if it was like, okay, y'all hurt my children and all this stuff, and they're so scarred and all that, why are you asking for $15,000? Why was you doing that? And now the case got thrown out of court numerous of times. Lawyers didn't quit because they realized what the hell it was and a money grab. Okay, they quit. All of this is gonna come up in court, and nobody's gonna go to jail behind it. So, because it's all BS. It's a frivolous case. Mm-hmm. Block him. Nah, we was just gonna get all the way to the 1 hour mark, which I think we at. I'm gonna go check out Kwame's live stream right now. Love, peace, and hair grease. Thanks you to everybody who joined the Patreon, where you see we went in on the Clintons today. We exposed a lot of stuff you didn't know about the dangerous side of the Clintons and why. Why Kanye West said what he said yesterday, because we already told you they tried to kill Kanye West back in 2015. Learn all that information. It's on the Patreon right now. You'll see all the stuff that they didn't tell you on Entertainment Tonight. When they gave y'all the just easy stuff of what Kanye said, they didn't give you everything he said. There's a reason why They didn't tell you everything he said. They took pieces out of what he said. They didn't tell you the whole thing. Because it's bigger than what you know. I'm out.